did the khamr, made zina, killed some babies alive, girl babies. I want to be forgiven. Rasulullah says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Sa'ad, أَوَلَا تَعْلَمَ أَنَّ الْإِسْلَامَ يَجُبُّ مَا كَانَ قَبْلُهُ. Sa'ad, didn't you know? Don't you know? Al-Islam wipes away whatever went before it. Whatever you did, whatever he did before Islam, it wipes it away. So many of us know the story of Hamza, who was killed by Wahshi radiyallahu anhuma. Wahshi killed Hamza when Wahshi was a kafir, and then Wahshi became a Muslim. In the books of history it says that when Wahshi came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to embrace Islam, Rasulullah turned away, and then he turned away, and then he turned away, and finally he took the bay'ah and allowed Wahshi to accept Islam. Famous narration. That narration is da'if. That narration is not authentic. The matan is not authentic, and the chain of narration is not authentic. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the one who told us, يَضْحَكُ اللَّهُ مِنْ رَجُلَيْنِ. Allah laughs at two men. Allah laughs at two men. They are the two men who fight each other. One is a Muslim, one is a kafir. The kafir kills the Muslim, he goes to Jannah, the shaheed. And then the murderer becomes a Muslim and dies, and then he goes to Jannah. Allah laughs at them in a way that befits His Majesty. بِطَرِيقَةٍ تَلِيقُ بِجَلَالَتِهِ تَبَارَكَ وَتَعَالَى. And how many other companions killed people while they were kuffar and then they embraced the religion? So al-Islam wipes away what went before it. If a person becomes a Muslim, we have to embrace him. Someone has a problem, he's a racist, like I used to be a racist, didn't like white people where we grew up, we didn't like them and they didn't like us. If we caught them in our neighborhood, we dealt with them. If they caught us in their neighborhood, they dealt with us. You come into the religion of Islam, he is a white brother, white as snow, and his eyes are blue. You cannot refer to him anymore as a white boy. You can't refer to him as a cracker and those other derogatory terms, and vice versa. He's a white brother and he hated black people, and then he sees that there are Muslims who are another color other than him. He's a racist European, thinks that he and his people are Allah's gift to creation. White people better than everyone else. And Christianity helps that concept. That's why Jesus is white to them. The angels are white to them. All of the Anbiya are white to them. That makes those white people think they're better than other people. Racism is institutionalized racism in Christianity. He becomes a Muslim, he has to look at his brother and he has to accept people as his brother, and he says what? إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. The best one amongst us is the one who has the most taqwa. That's the meaning of a tawbah as it relates to a non-Muslim. As it relates to a non-Muslim. As it relates to a person who's already a Muslim, a tawbah means someone has oppressed you. He really stole your money. He divorced your daughter. He did something where he was really wrong. But then he made tawbah from what he did. He felt sorry for what he did, and he came to you and he apologized to you. He made an effort to make peace with you. You have to embrace him as your brother. The Prophet says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "At-ta'ibu min adh-dhanbi kaman la dhanba lahu." The one who made tawbah from his sin is like the one who doesn't have a sin at all. So the Muslims in our masjid right now, there are Muslims who are at odds with other Muslims because of something that transpired, but the person is sorry for what happened, but we still don't want to deal with them. No, if they make tawbah, they're your brothers. You're supposed to come together. You got 3 days to be upset. After that, the Muslims, the brothers, you have to come together. As for the salat, ikhwani, the salat is clear. Al-ahd alladhi baynana wa baynahum as-salat, faman tarakaha faqad kafara. The contract, the difference between us and them is the salah. Whoever leaves it, he has disbelieved. He's a kafir, the one who doesn't pray. Kafir billahi. بين العبد وبين الشرك الصلاة أو ترك الصلاة. The difference between a slave being a Muslim and a kafir is whether or not he makes the salah. Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, he said, كان أصحاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يرون شيء من الأعمال تركه كفرا غير الصلاة. The companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our example, as we mentioned, the companions did not see the abandonment or leaving off any action as kufr other than the salah. Umar radiallahu anhu used to tell the people, لا حظ في الإسلام لمن أضاع الصلاة. The one who lost his prayer, he has no portion of Islam. So when we look in this masjid right now, I would say, Wallahi, thumma billahi, thumma tallahi. Every Muslim here, he has a number of Muslims connected to him, his relatives, his immediate family, his neighbors. The vast majority of Muslims who are connected to us don't pray. The vast majority of people he knows, and you know, and you know, and you, they don't pray. So is it strange what's taking place with this ummah today? فخلف من بعدهم خلف أضاعوا الصلاة واتبعوا الشهوات فسوف يلقون غيا إلا من تاب وآمن وعمل الصالح. Came a group of people after the Salaf, the people went before us, a group of people who they lost the prayer and they followed their desires. They're going to get the recompense of that reward, except those who make tawbah and they believe and they do righteous deeds. Those are the people who are going to enter into the Jannah. So if they make tawbah and they make the salat, ikhwani, they are your brothers. If they don't pray, they're not your brothers. من صلى صلاتنا واستقبل قبلتنا وأكل ذبيحتنا فذاك المسلم له ما للمسلمين وعليه ما عليهم. Whoever prays the prayer that we pray, and he faces this qibla that we face, and he eats the dhabiha that we slaughter, he slaughters his meat and he says Bismillah because he's a Muslim. Whoever does that, that's a Muslim. He has rights over them and they have rights over him. So what happens is, one of the oppressive Muslim leaders, like Hosni Mubarak for an example, he goes to the masjid of Al-Azhar or any masjid in Egypt, and he starts to pray, and the camera is on him, and he's looking at the camera, and he's making ruku looking at the camera, and the brothers say, he's a kafir. He's just making salah so that the people can see, and that's it. Tasannu'a. Did Allah send you to open up the man's heart? The man is praying. We don't put people outside this deen except with what is clear. Just as they come in this deen with what is clear. So if a man we don't like is praying, we have to embrace that individual as a Muslim, unless we have other reasons to reject that. As for the zakat, ikhwani, as for the zakat, Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu, Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, he said that he heard the Prophet say, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, umirtu an uqatil an-nasa hatta yashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu wa yaqimu as-salata wa yu'tu az-zakat فإن فعلوا ذلك فقد عصموا مني دماءهم وأموالهم إلا بحق الإسلام وحسابهم على الله عز وجل. I have been ordered to fight the people until they believe in La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, and until they make the salah and give the zakat. If the people do those three things, then their monies and their blood are protected from me, except by the right of Islam, and then their hisab is with Allah. As zakat, if the person is paying the zakat, he is from our brothers. And for that reason, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, in his khilafah, ikhwan, there were a group of people who were from the desert. After the death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they said, we believe in La ilaha illallah, we believe in salat, we believe in siyam, we believe in hajj, and we believe in the zakat, but we're not giving you any more money, we're going to keep our money. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu declared war against those people, and they are known as the murtaddeen, people who left the religion because they didn't give the zakat, but they believed in the other aspects of this deen. That's the meaning of that ayah. That's the meaning of those three arkan. Now we move on to the levels of the brotherhood. If you know someone who made tawbah, kafir into Islam, a Muslim oppressed you and then he made tawbah, you have to make peace.